Homer only left a $1 tip, yet all the staff rushed out to sincerely thank him. Why did this happen? Let's dive into today's story. The Simpsons went to their much-anticipated Star Wars-themed cafe. When it came time to pay, Homer got the bill and was ready to leave, but the cashier kept winking and nudging him to leave a tip. Rolling his eyes, Homer begrudgingly selected the lowest tip option. Next, they headed to a dessert buffet, and again they were prompted to leave a tip. This time, Homer reluctantly chose the second-tier tip option. The family visited several other spots that day, and every single place demanded hefty tips. Homer's credit card took a beating, leaving him heartbroken. Finally, they went to a craft beer bar, where Homer perked up after indulging in high-calorie food. When the bill arrived, he didn't even need to look to know there was a tipping prompt. To make it worse, the tip was already included. The waiter thanked him and handed him the bill to sign. Furious, Homer scrawled a tip of just $1, but as the waiter Sandy came running out to thank him profusely, Homer realized the misunderstanding. Sandy thought the $1 was a mistake and interpreted it as a $10,000 tip. Sandy was so overwhelmed that he was moved to tears, calling Homer an angel and claiming he'd never seen so much money in his life. Homer, imagining the chaos that would erupt if he tore up the check, angry crowds accusing him of stealing the $10,000 and beating him senseless, reluctantly signed the check to avoid trouble. As people cheered and carried him off, Marge frowned, sensing bigger problems ahead. Soon the incident went viral online. Homer became an overnight internet sensation, which meant the Simpsons were now stuck with a $10,000 debt they couldn't afford. Marge urged him to go back to the cafe and clear things up. Homer stormed out of the house, determined to fix his mistake, but was mobbed by fans before he'd even made it down the street. Even the newspaper featured him on the front page. When Homer tried to buy a copy, everyone crowded around to see if he'd leave another massive tip. Under pressure, Homer emptied his wallet for the newspaper vendor, basking in the crowd's admiration. Feeling euphoric from the attention, Homer couldn't stop. At a bubble tea shop, he left a 999% tip and tossed the drink without taking a sip. Later, he came home with a burrito, excited to share his amazing day with Marge, who was furious after receiving multiple credit card overdraft alerts. Homer dismissed it, saying he could teach her how to disable notification alerts. Marge, at her wits' end, insisted they talk. Their finances were already tight, and Homer's tipping spree was pushing them toward ruin. While Homer admitted his actions were reckless, he confessed that being appreciated felt incredible, something he'd never experienced in his life. Meanwhile, Bart discovered his bike was missing, only to learn Homer had tipped it away. Feeling guilty, Homer hugged Bart in apology.